Lauren, completed our undergraduate program in childhood education. And I called on them to help with this presentation because they were successful edTPA passers last semester and had a good experience with their video. And that's not the kind of message that you hear from most people who've done the edTPA. So really we're talking about how we have managed to do task 2 without tears. Because the first semester we did the edTPA, there were tears. Anybody else had tears during task 2? Lots of them. So I'm going to give a little bit of background, try to get through, give you the landscape. And then Lauren and Emma are going to actually take over and show you how they work through their video. So the edTPA, we're asking our candidates to plan and teach and assess, and all that's good because that's what we all prepare them for, right? And they can do it. They can be successful at it. But then we enter into the video piece. So I'm going to just say, let's just cut to the chase and talk about it. There are lots of challenges with the video. Here's the biggest one that I said to somebody this morning. Someone teaching what she thought was her absolutely best lesson, and the fire drill bells went off. Right? Okay, and you can't use that lesson because there's an interruption in that video. Right? So those are the kinds of things. But in the lives of our undergraduate and graduate students right now, video has become part of their everyday lives. They use video all the time. Right? So they know how to use video, they're comfortable using video, they're comfortable being on video, they're comfortable putting videos on YouTube. And so why is the edTPA video such a problem? Well, it's because it's consequential. It matters. And it matters in a very, very big way. So what we have tried to do is take action to demystify it all and help our students have the tools that they need. We do video early and often. We make sure that they know how to use it. We make sure that they have help. We make sure that we videotape them. We give them equipment if they want it. So early and often, we start in their very first semester using video as part of their instruction so that they can see what they have, what they can learn from video. But then there are assignments all the way through where they have to videotape, they have to be videotaped, they have to create a video clip, they have to hand in the video clip. It's not even for graded experiences often. Often it's just for the fact of doing it and having that experience so that by the time they get to student teaching, video isn't the focal point. So, fast forward to the edTPA. There are really what we think of as 3 challenges in terms of the video with edTPA. The first one is finding the right clips to use and using and figuring out which pieces they want to use and finding their timestamps. That is hard, but not impossible. So I'm going to just give you an example. On the handout that you have, there is a sheet that looks like this. And I created this video tool, and we give it to our students, and we say to them, watch your videos. Watch them over and over and over. And as you're watching them, take notes. And I know you can't read this, it doesn't matter. But take notes. Use the timestamps for where you see these things, the things that you have to show on the video. And by the time you've watched your videos 4 or 5 times and you've jotted down the timestamps, you'll be able to narrow down that funnel of where can I get the clips so that it will show everything I have to show. So if you look at this, there's a bunch of timestamps in Lesson 2 for building on prior academic knowledge. There's a bunch for modeling the literacy strategy in Lesson 1. So it's pretty clear that all these others are in all of them. I need a clip from 1 and a clip from 2. Right? So you've narrowed that down. Now you know that where you're going to get your clips. And that tool really helps them just locate their clips. So now I'm going to turn this over to Lauren, and let me just, go ahead, Lauren, introduce it and I'll launch the tool for you.
There's so many different ways that you can video multiple different devices, but I used my iPad to videotape, which I found was easiest for me. And there's also a lot of tools that you can use. I used a microphone for one of my first lessons that I did. And you have to really make sure that the students speak up so they can get the microphone their voice as well. But Edthena gave an easy way to upload the videos and to clip and trim videos. And it was also an alternate way to save your video. So if you have them on your computer, your iPad, a flash drive, and then Edthena was another way to watch and save them. And you can also download them from Edthena onto your computer or another device if your computer crashed.
And let me interrupt for 1 second. Edthena is an edTPA provider. It's edthena.com, and you can look at it. This is not an advertisement for them, but we're just showing you why it worked for our students. Can you just drag the video?
Yeah.
So this is the video tool that comes from Edthena. You can click on it once you make your account, and then you have to download the video tool on your computer. It looks like this. Once you have your clips that you want from your video note-taker sheet, you can download it right onto the video tool. And it's really easy. It just pops up like this. And then you can trim it just by pulling on the sides to the times that you want. So let's say we want to clip it to 16 seconds in. And then we want to clip the end, let's say, to 3:44. That's all you have to do to trim it. Hit continue. And there it is. We already have a few up here already. And then you can import it right into your Edthena account. We can add the title, video clip, and a description. Save it, and it's going to upload right to your Edthena account.
In Windows Media Player, if we use that, I think my junior year when we videotaped, we had to clip and analyze, and that one was doable, but it also was just very tedious and it took a long time, and everybody was very confused about it. I had to have a lot of help with that, but Edthena, I kind of could manipulate it myself.
It's really just one step. You just pull in the sides and you're done.
Is that free software?
What was the question?
You have to pay for that software?
Yes.
Yes, you have to have you have to set up an account with Edthena, and then they become the platform that you transfer to Pearson through.
Oh.
And they also help with, they not only import and upload your videos, but once you are ready to submit your edTPA, they'll label everything for you properly, which is a big deal, because if you don't label something properly, you could have an edTPA that doesn't count. So that was what I found. So this will take us to my Edthena account. And this is what it looks like. I should be, yep, I've already logged in. So then you just click elementary education. And then this is what it looks like before you submit your edTPA. These will all light up green. And then you're ready to submit. If not, they're like, I think they're yellow or red color. But then if you go up here into your library,
This is where you can download the video tool. And then it shows right up into your library.
and I think, here's multiple videos that I had, so it doesn't take this. And the thing that I liked most about this, if you look at the handout, there's that sheet that Dr. Casey showed just a second ago with all the timestamps that was Emma's sheet actually that she wrote and all her notes, but I did mine differently. I did mine all online. So once I downloaded all of them to my library, I started to make notes in the video. So here's like, these two are my notes, some notes that I had. So if I click on this, like on one of the notes, it'll start playing at that point in my video. and it will show you where my note is. This one was related to the learning environment, and you can click on it to see it.
And animals can do that, you're right.
And so how to make a note?
Yeah, so how we make a note, you watch your videos multiple times, as you all know. So let's say we want to make a note right here. All you have to do is click on the plus, add the note, write whatever you want to write. Let's say there's hands are raised. And then the cool part is that you can categorize your note based on the actual questions that you're going to fill out on your instruction commentary. So we'll say that this is engaging students. And then we'll submit. And it shows down right down here.
Give me a thumbs up.
And then when you're ready to put it into your instruction commentary, all you have to do is export comments. And it'll highlight it, and you can copy and paste these directly into your instruction commentary. And you can just write around it, and you'll have the timestamps already.
Excuse me.
So what you see on the handout here are Lauren and Emma's comments that they exported from Edthena, and then their instruction commentary that they linked back to their the notes that they created. So,
Nancy, do you have any more of those handouts?
yeah,
Thank you. And may I ask another question?
sure.
Did they give you some training in terms of using Edthena?
There's
There's a demo video.
Just a demo
No,
video?
there was, I've got, they just sent me something like every day for the next 4 days, something to learn about doing the video. So they're really, and there's people to call for support. I haven't done, I just opened my account yesterday.
You really don't need much training. This is it's very, very simple.
And as you log on, there's like notes that'll say, click here to add a comment. It'll kind of guide you through right when you first log in and make your account. And it's a tutorial in itself.
So these were my actual notes that I copied and pasted from the note commentary on Edthena. And this is just from clip 2. So you can see how I just copied and pasted it right onto my highlighted instruction commentary, and then I just wrote around it to kind of explain more. But it just made it so much easier. The timestamps were already there. I already knew what section it was going to be under. It took so much more time out of it.
And one of the best things you can do when you're actually typing your TPA is also to have, and like making the comments, is to have the rubric progressions next to you as well as the rubrics. So those are, I think, back in the, but they explain the rubrics because the rubrics are sometimes very confusing, and they tell you exactly what you need to get a 3 or above a 3 on each rubric. And so when I was making my notes, I looked at the rubric progressions and kind of used that as a guide of what to know.
Is there anyone who's unfamiliar with the rubric progressions? That's a document that comes from Scale, and it literally explains each one of the rubrics. Laura, let me just jump over here. It literally explains each one of the rubrics, what they're looking for, what they're expecting, what documents that are going to be used to score each rubric, and what will give you an automatic 1, a 3, below a 3, or above a 3. Those are documents that are available on the AACTE website, and if you don't have them, I tell my students they should be printed in gold leaf. They are without a doubt the single most important thing that candidates can use while they are doing their edTPA, hands down.
And on the Edthena account, they don't have the rubric progressions, but they have a link to the rubrics, the actual rubrics, and the Common Core standards, the handbook, and a lot of the materials that you'll use right on the side as you're importing and uploading. So this was a really good tool to have to put the finishing touches on your TPA.
Okay, so just in summary, right, this is a little tiny presentation, but in summary, in terms of video, how to get through that task 2. Our experience is this. Do not use the handbook in a linear fashion. Don't start with task 1 and go to task 2 and go to task 3. It won't work well. You need to start with task 2 so that they understand what they need to show in the video before they plan their lessons. Because if they plan their lessons not knowing what needs to be in the video, it's very likely that they won't use what needs to be in the video during their lessons. So start with task 2, then go to task 1 and back to task 2. In terms of technical aspects, let candidates use their own tools for videoing if they want to. Give them some support. When they use their phone, it needs to be in landscape mode, not portrait mode. Little things like that matter. So demystify all of those technical aspects. Prepare them early. Don't wait until student teaching. Make them take video, make them clip it, make them trim it, make them hand it in. It's the handing in that's sometimes a problem. Their file sizes are too big and they can't figure out how to trim them and compress them. If you wait till student teaching, there'll be tears, right? And lots of them. And we just don't need to do that. Use that video then to promote reflection, to help them really get used to watching themselves. Does anybody here like to watch themselves on video? No, we really don't. But it's really important for students to get beyond that. I had a student say to me, this was 2 years ago, I know why I didn't pass the edTPA. I couldn't watch my own video. Well, that was just a bad choice. And I felt terrible for her, but she got fantastic scores on tasks 1 and 3. And her scores on task 2 were in the dumper because she only watched her videos once. Well, that just won't do it. So that was a quick overview. We'd be happy to answer questions. We don't have a lot of time now because we have another presentation coming. But any quick questions,
Yeah, Nancy,
Patrick?
this promoting a positive learning environment, if I'm not mistaken, this is new to the handbook for this year, the September 2015 handbook?
No, that was in 14. Yeah, respect, rapport, positive learning environment.
Just a quick question, I'm sorry that we're kind of on the accent here. We've noticed this semester that more sponsor teachers are reluctant to help with the videotaping, whether it's holding the camera, helping them to where to put it. So how have you addressed that with sponsor teachers, and do you have any recommendations for getting sponsor teachers to hold the video so it doesn't fall halfway through or only get, from the neck down? Any thoughts on that?
We ask our teachers to do it. We send them information at the beginning of the semester. We coach the student teachers in how to raise those issues. We also use the swivels. Do you know about swivel? It's SWIVL, and it's a little robot type thing, and you put your iPad or phone right in it, and then you wear a tracker, and as you move around, the camera will move around and follow you. It's SWIVL.com. They're not inexpensive, but they're worth it to have a couple. $500 maybe.
And you sign those out?
Yes, then they sign them out. We have a lending library of iPads, swivels, microphones. SWIVL.
Actually, I would say one of the worst things you can do is ask to have a sponsoring teacher hold the camera, because then the video tends to be like this. It needs to be on something solid.
Okay, we'll stay around and answer questions after the next presentation, but I don't want to take their time. So thank you very much. I hope we were helpful to you.
So while they're setting up,